I remember one time we was driving back from North Carolina, and my dad, his front tire popped on the highway, and we had to spend the night at like the Comfort Inn in Virginia. I don't know what part of Virginia it was. I was young, and the people was like just very racist.
What are these niggas
like
doing
you could sense it. You could cut it like in the air, like RACIS.
Yeah.
Like, and we went to this spot, this fried chicken spot, and like the woman, she was just like, I don't remember much, but she was just like very like,
You want eggs? You want ham? You want what you want?
yeah.
You want water?
Like she
All
wasn't asking, but it's like if it's like, how much is it? $13. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
She wasn't
then,
like polite, courteous.
And then the other people like just, and my dad, he stayed up like majority of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of security, me and my two little sisters, like
They're with you too?
yeah, it was the three of us. We were spending the summer with X and
okay.
and my other other family in North Carolina that year. Well, that summer, and my dad, he came up to like drive us back to New York. But yeah, I always remember that.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. All the times that I've been down south, I got family in Florida, got family in Virginia, like I said. I haven't, as far as I can remember, I never really experienced any like
Bigotry or
anything. Like at that level. But I don't know, because I would notice it. I would notice it. I guess it just haven't happened. It's happened like as an adult, but like not in those instances, because I've been in Virginia, and Virginia is very racist and shit. I just haven't experienced it, but I always hear stories about it. I mostly around black people though. The areas I went was straight niggas. It's an area in Richmond called Jackson Ward. It's bad. It's like the Brownsville of like Richmond and shit. And me and Norview used to be running around doing bad shit. No care in the world. Luckily we made it out, but
Because you're a child.
yeah, you have no worries.
You have no fear.
But
That's the main thing.
I wouldn't do it now though.
Adults instill fear in children.
Yeah.
It's danger
Teaching
though.
them-
Like
teaching-
fear is
No.
whatever. It's danger though. Danger is real.
No, I understand what you're saying,
niggas
but
got
I'm
guns
saying
and shit.
like at the same time, you're not a paranoid child.
Yeah,
Being a
yeah.
paranoid child compared to a carefree child.
I mean,
like which child you think is living a better, is gonna be less traumatically
Right.
bothered in the future.
right.
You see what I'm saying? But yo, special guest in the building. We got our guy Kenny.
Know the
Macklemore
vibes.
back in the house.
Welcome back.
Pleasure. Always a
Happy
pleasure.
New Year, my brother.
Same
For
to you,
sure.
brother.
Um,
Always good seeing y'all, man.
What's going on, man? How was your New Year?
It was cool. Just happy to, still be here and just, ready to take this year on.
Yeah.
Accept all challenges and just hit it full force.
Manifest 2020.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What about y'all?
We got a couple ideas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We've been assembling couple apparatuses as of late last year. We got things that we want to implement.
Yes, sir.
Broaden our platform
For sure.
in addition to the podcast. But yeah, we not gonna divulge too much.
Nah, I
But
feel you.
like I said, manifest 2020. And
sure.
I advise
Right.
everyone to do this, because when you don't, the less people you tell of your plans, the less contaminated your plans.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And one thing I've always been prone to do, and it's hard though. I'm trying not to do it. I'm trying not to count my chickens before they hatch. Like I understand speaking things into existence, but I feel like I just want to see where things go. Also, what you said about not setting the whole world, like I just want to focus on what I'm supposed to do, and then when it happens, then I can rejoice and I can.
Then
know
I
that.
post it up,
Right,
inform
right.
people.
Right.
Right.
That's the best way. Now we could, celebrate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We tend to celebrate before.
Right.
One of the things that I definitely want to do this year is I want to go to therapy. I feel like
That's deep.
towards the second half of the year, I feel like I want to go to therapy to speak about certain demons and whatnot that I was going through, and I just didn't I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I didn't have like the commitment to do it.
Oh, you're talking about last year?
Yeah. But
big.
this year I definitely want to. It's just a little expensive, but you got to invest that money into your mental health as if you would do it for anything else. That's one thing I definitely want to focus on this year is like mental health, and not that I'm like suicidal and
Crazy.
shit. Yeah, but
You sure?
I feel like I could be better though.
After that Joker movie, it's the guy.
Get the fuck out of here. Nah, nigga. That was a great movie though.
Off the podcast.
That was a really great movie though.
I gotta go see it still.
You didn't see it?
I gotta go see it because I was skeptical about it. Like the reviews was to like it'd be bad for your mental if you watch it. Not saying that me personally that it would bother me, but just like movies like that, I'm like I'll just stay away from it. But I'll go check it out.
I'm not gonna hold you. I saw it twice. The first time I saw it, I'm not gonna lie. This is probably why they saying that. The movie is very violent, but it's kind of like you understand why it's violent when you're watching it. Well, I wouldn't say justified. I thought about that word. I wasn't gonna say that. You understand it.
Justified, same shit.
No, because I can't justify all the murders that happen in it.
Though.
I understand why somebody would do that,
okay.
but to justify the murder, I can't do that. But when I left the theater the first time,
when you understand it, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it still? Him committing.
I mean, I don't want to ruin it for him.
No. You understand why he
the thing
did
is,
the murders.
When you
how
say
do
justify,
you feel about it, though?
I can't be like, okay,
no,
justify.
I understand. You're right.
Yeah,
you're
but
right. In terms
when I
of
say
the
I understand leading
his
up to that
position
and that journey he's
mental
had in his whole
faculty.
life. I understand how somebody could get to that point.
Right.
Now going over the mountain and doing what he did, then I can't justify that. But I understand how he got there.
but how do you feel? That was my question.
How do I feel about what he
After
did?
understanding,
How do I?
Would you have done it? How would you have taken that route?
I mean, it's no way of telling if I would do it because I've never been in that situation.
Okay.
But given his circumstance, I could see myself doing that. Okay. But I'm not that person, so it's kind of hard. But I was gonna say was that me leaving the theater, literally,
you had a dark cloud.
I felt like a dark energy around me. Not
and then you just said
not
that
I
this
would.
year has been weird.
Well,
this guy is about to be possessed.
Nah, that's not. Let's not make that narrative. But for the most part, I'm very optimistic. For the most part, I know how to like handle myself under like situations. When I walked out of there, it was like I felt an energy over me. I was like, if I wanted to do something, this would probably be the perfect moment to do it.
Wow, that's crazy.
But go see it though.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just how I feel. Because I was like, I was analyzing everything. So I was like, okay, I fully understand why he killed that nigga.
That's crazy.
Like I totally understand that shit.
Yeah, and at the same time, you could say like, let's say a crazy white guy. Crazy white kid. I was gonna say kid or guy,
right.
But a crazy white guy, Supreme Kai nephew and shit. He went to see Joker, and he understands as well, and he could relate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His experiences are comparable.
Yeah.
So that he take this extreme step.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is like from the outside, it's like it's justifiable because he saw it and he's
been feeling the same way Joker was. Yeah.
Understanding, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's just how socialization works. And then it could be another kid who never even thought about shooting up a school or shooting up a public place. Go see it. They socialize to an extent, but until they go through a certain antecedent like experience, that's when it click.
Right.
Subconsciously remember Joker, because a lot of people we tend to neglect the power of our subconscious mind. Right. A lot of shit goes into it, but when we act on like autopilot, it's really your subconscious mind.
Right.
Right.
But we not cognizant of what transpired when we were like 2 years old that's triggered. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing. Like that's why I wouldn't use, like you said, I wouldn't use justifiable, but this is what's going on, and that's why I question why would they put this movie out in the climate that we're in, all these public shootings.
Right.
You're trying to increase the occurrences probably because it's a business.
Or like you said, justify it in a way. So
yeah, I mean,
That'd be
Justify is a very
2 birds, 1 stone.
interesting word when it comes to this. Yeah, I could definitely see somebody that was probably like going through the same things he was, or just being bullied or whatever. But
and I too find that understand.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
We can't go see it now. It's not movie theaters, but
it's out.
catch it on like
It's not movie theaters.
Fire Stick or like website.
For sure.
It's gonna give you a lot to think about.
Yeah, another good movie is Gemini Man. I haven't finished it.
It's
I've been
very
watching it on
critically
a website.
acclaimed. A lot of people
I
were
could give
saying
you
it was a flop. I liked it though.
Free movie website that I've been using.
Oh, you didn't? Oh,
I've been watching it last night.
I saw it in the movie theaters.
Pretty good.
You ain't finished
Saw
it,
with
right?
Cass.
No, I didn't finish it.
Yeah,
It's pretty interesting. Talk about Black Mirror shit.
Yeah,
They basically cloned him because he was a good hitman, and they know one day the real you're gonna age and shit. So we gonna clone you.
That's crazy.
Niggas made like
That's
niggas
crazy.
was on some Orochimaru shit.
Yeah, they
from
made
Naruto.
mad.
They made mad at his clones. Like, it's smart. It's smart.
Yeah,
Because when I seen the second part, I'm like, this person is fighting a little too good. It'd be crazy if it's the third him. Took off the helmet, third him. I'm like, yo, these niggas been watching Naruto.
That's crazy.
But
yo, man. So let's get into your documentary.
yeah, Pink Houses, my
Yes,
story.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I really like that documentary.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that for real, man.
Being from Brooklyn, like I said last time you was on, being from Brooklyn, you hear about the Pink Houses. If you not, I don't know about you, but
I never heard about Pink Houses.
You never heard about Pink Houses?
No, I heard great things about Pink Houses.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest. Like when you hear about Pink Houses, the general consensus is like, if you're not from there, don't just go around there hanging around. Don't just go around there.
Same thing about Brownsville. Same thing about Best Stop.
Right.
Yeah, sure,
Same
but
thing about
yeah,
Flatbush.
of course,
Just
of
Brooklyn.
course.
Yeah.
But like watching the documentary, it made like Pink Houses seem much more relatable. It made Pink Houses seem much more like a community.
Yeah.
The way I saw it, I mean, obviously it's community, but I was like, it's really rough over there. So like, maybe it's not so like neighborly. Maybe it's just like everybody out there just. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But watching the documentary gave me a different view of that. Was that your aim?
Yeah, for sure. Only because like everything like you just alluded to, like when you hear about it, it's straight negativity. And someone who and I said this like a million times, like I'm born and raised there. Like I've been there all my life. I didn't move until I got older. So it's like I know the ins and outs, and I know that there's a lot of potential and there's a lot of good. So it's just that us as the older people, we just gotta put the work in. So just showing that there are people within the community who want better. So we just gotta go get it.
Change the narrative.
Right. For sure.
With the folks that live there, did you get like a good response? Did you?
Oh no, yeah, for sure. And I think that the support was just like naturally. Oh, he's from Pink Houses, so we seen him grow up. So regardless of what the content is,
we're gonna support him.
Exactly. So. But outside of that, there were a few people who took like a genuine insight and just looked at it and reflected, and they want to see what's next. So they want to see if it was a gimmick or whatever. They want to see how genuine the movement is. So that's that's where we at right now, and I just gotta keep pushing. I just gotta keep pushing because the work start now. So like that was just like the knock on the door. Now I gotta talk my way in, get in, and make it work.
So what exactly is the movement?
The movement basically and the brand name is Dream Houses. And basically what it's about is just to shine light on generally everything, like whatever that we have going on, our ambitions, and anyone who is from Pink House is showing that we're gonna do it together. So, but in order to do that, we're gonna see, exactly what we all about, individually, collectively, just giving that insight and, like you said, changing the narrative. So that's as as easy as I could put it. Just document our life.
Yeah, I love the transparency of that documentary.
Thank you.
Like you talked about history, certain historical even traumatic experiences that, you know, transpired there. And, you know, the amount of times that, like, the community was in the news for something tragic. But I also love how you was transparent about your life and your situation.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So that, it's like a two birds, one stone. I tend to say it a lot, but it's like, yeah, I'm teaching you about this, but this is also about me. Like, I'm the filmmaker, I'm the director, I'm the producer and everything, but this is me, though. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
In addition to that. So it's like a package deal.
Right, exactly. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and also salute. I love how you included, you know, and basically used it as a platform to inform other people about, you know, a couple of the residents at Pink Houses. Like, one of your homegirls, she's a fashion designer.
Right, yes. Right.
I forgot her name.
Nay.
Like wearing, Nay.
Yeah, Nay. Stamped on the lid.
Like a red shirt. In the when you were interviewing her, you talked about, you had our boy Michael. I don't know if you remember me, but Michael. Shout out Mike.
Shout out Mike. Yes, sir.
FDNY. He got his salute to his idea. He wants to establish a grant for Jeff, graduating students who are excelling both academically and athletically.
Yes, sir.
They get like how much of a grant towards, you know, their college tuition and bill or whatever. So it's dope. Like, I like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And then I didn't even know you listened to so much soca. Y'all had like the Airbnb joint or whatever.
Man. They're like, those are
y'all homeboys' houses. Mass soca music. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it looked like a lit weekend.
I'm telling you, man. Whenever I'm with them, I mean, I'm just American, but you know, I just, I guess I adapt to other things because everyone I'm around, like you mentioned, like my boys, you know, Santa, Smooth, Dre, they all into like soca, like they into that kind of stuff. So, like when I'm around a certain group, I just tend to adapt to it because, you know, I'm just interested. Right, exactly. Culture, exactly. Right. I'm just big on culture. So, you know, I just, you know, embrace whoever I'm around, try to pick up on it. Like, I try to speak Spanish all the time. I swear to God, bro. Like, I be really trying, man. So I don't know. I just love culture. I'm telling you,
man. I've been trying to learn. Well, I've been not trying, but I want to learn Spanish. I'm just being lazy on it. But I have this app called Duolingo that I heard is like really good.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I have like this
I heard Babbel is good too.
What's it called?
Babbel. This girl had told me about Babbel.
There's
another one. I recently downloaded it. It asks you to formulate sentences. It shows you the different words and like it would be like Dominicano, soy, Joe,
right,
and then it has like 3 spaces, so you would have to write like arrange it in Yo soy Dominicano, and then it would be like, what is Joe? I, soy, what is that? And then Dominicano, what is that?
Right.
So it teaches you like a breakdown, but I mean, it's cool.
You see yourself producing more documentaries, or when you say this is the knock on the door, you mean? I mean, obviously, I'm sure you mean like getting into the community and implementing certain programs and whatnot. But do you see yourself making more documentaries?
Yeah. I mean, I actually just released a documentary. It's a mini documentary. It's like 8 minutes, 17 seconds.
Okay.
And I guess that would be my plan to just continuously document, I guess, actions or aspirations, and just different lights. You know, like I want to do it in ways that, you know, shows pain, shows joy. And I realized that, you know, with the last one I did, that you know, by breaking it up and into certain parts, that I will I guess generate a more consistent fan base, because everyone is going to relate to something differently. So like, as you know, watching certain movies, there's going to be sad parts, there's going to be good parts. So if I could just put it in a certain format where it's like, you know, this month will be such and such, and this month will be such and such. Then towards the end, you know, have a compilation of everything and just, you know, continuously do it that way. So, I mean, I guess that's the goal, but you just never know. Like, anything can happen, and you just gotta adjust. So, I just stick it to my plan and just keep believing and hoping that this opportunity is still there for me through it all. So that's where I'm at with it.
Bet. Okay. So now you just released a mixtape. What's it called again?
Nothing is Something 4, the final chapter.
Okay.
And the reason why I called it the final chapter was because like I had a series, like, because if it's 4, then it's more than one. So this would be like I guess the ending to that phase of my life. Yeah. And because everything correlates with one another, as far as like the first one, second one, third one, it all correlates to just one story, and that's getting to where I'm at right now. So now it's just embracing the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So that's just the end of that story. Right. So on to the next.
It's funny you say that. Like, since we hit the new year of 2020, I was reflecting on the last 10 years. Last episode we dropped with my boy Paul, and me and him was reflecting on the last 10 years and how it's a new decade. And I was thinking about, like, the next decade is going to be such a important, like, such a crucial point, because like, I'm 27 right now. I graduated high school when I was 17. So the last 10 years was really about, like, I graduated high school, figuring out what I'm going to do with college, and from my adolescent age to being an adult to figuring out shit with women, lose my virginity, shit like that. Like, all the intro shit to like being an adult, I would say, right? Exactly. The next 10 years is I'm already an adult. There's no, you're still figuring out what you want to do, I suppose, but you gotta convert.
Establishing.
Yeah, this is like, this is gonna be about.
This
I don't
is
have
foundation.
No kids.
It's foundation
exactly
for your life.
Right,
so like, it's about like family now. It's about career. It's about making sure my family is good, because I'm no longer being taken care of. Now I gotta take care of them. Now,
exactly.
On the sense.
Exactly.
So like, I feel the same way. Like, the next 10 years, sure. I feel like it's gonna be. It's no more like lollygagging in a sense.
That's why I said manifest 2020. Like, we gotta start manifesting the foundations of where we want our lives to be at a certain point.
Exactly.
Right.
It's that time.
That
time.
About 40, I see myself financially retired, like free, and I'm just like farming and traveling and like meditating. And just getting wiser and shit.
You'll be growing weed and shit, right?
I do actually plan on. I do actually plan on farming, because I want to do like a reversal thing, because they've been playing with the seeds and the THC and CBD levels in marijuana, like a lot of, well, damn near all the marijuana on the street today. So I want to. This idea came to me, and I want to reverse, kind of what they did. I just want the ones with the seeds, and I'm gonna get a plant. Then I'm gonna take that seed, replant, and it's a certain amount of times I'm gonna do it, because just I always say, like, whatever first pops in your head, adhere to it. It's a reason why it popped in. Right. So a specific number popped into my head, and it told me this is what I should do with this plant. So I'm gonna do that, and I know like cow feces, help fertilize the land and stuff, water, certain types of water. So yeah, and I see myself learning more environmental sciences.
That's
important. I was learning how to grow my food and test soil and stuff, because for me to do what I want to do, I have to know that. So that will be the foundation to that, and that's the foundation to this, and this the foundation to my life. And 2020 is the foundation. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's all part of a bigger picture. It's a grander, scheme of things. It's just that we gotta pinpoint the pivotal moments and factors and execute.
Right.
That's our main thing. That was my main thing. Procrastination. That was a killer. Like, I know when I procrastinate, like, if tomorrow's the deadline, I know I'm gonna get it done. I know that. But it's like, bro, if you had
there's no real deadline, there's no real.
There's no ambition.
There's no drive. Yeah, that's how life is, really. Like,
there's no drive.
Unless you're in like
a dire moment,
in like a structure, like you're in school or you're, I'm saying, like, all right, the deadline's here. You need the test to be done here. What life now as an adult, there's like, you're the instructor of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to like not be, you know, a worker for the rest of your life. There's no, you got to create your own structure.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of discipline. You know what I'm saying? I go through that myself. Like,
Yeah.
just like since in my mind, like I battle with like time. Like I know I don't have all the time in the world, but it's like I know I can get that done by next week. And then it's like, you know, I'll get it done.
Yeah.
But then before you know it, nigga, a month went by.
Exactly.
And you ain't do what you're supposed to do yet because you think you got forever, but life is not promised.
Yeah.
You could die tomorrow, and the shit you could have got done, it ain't
Still
done.
pending.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a part of life, and I think that it's a blessing in disguise because like when you going through it, I guess growing up, it helps. You know, it's good with your discipline. Like you teach yourself to do certain things on your own time, and like you mentioned, and you know, once you finally reach that point, 2020, then you know, going through that, you understand that now at the time. So it's like, I mean, I look at it as a blessing in disguise only because, you know, it helps you, like it builds your character. So you know, the fact that it happens younger is even better because you wouldn't want that shit to happen like when you older, 40, you know, because then you absolutely fucked. So, for sure.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And I told my nephew that too. I was like, school is bullshit.
Honestly.
It's not really teaching you much.
Honestly.
But what you can get from
Depends
school.
what you go for.
No, I'm talking elementary school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, elementary
Like,
school.
up to high school.
Okay.
Majority of the stuff is bullshit.
Yeah, because when's the last time you use fucking
Pythagorean theory.
A
One square plus B square
1A
plus C
times
square.
B C
That's a
and like
That's a
fact.
23 C. Like we're not using that shit.
Not using it to
trigonometry.
No.
I mean chemistry. Okay, I guess you could kind of, but like all we really need is simple math. Know how to fucking count. Finances. We need finance class.
We need reading.
Because we need how to learn how to do our taxes. A lot of niggas just fucked up off their credit because they never learned. Like you gotta pay that shit back. It ain't money that they spend.
It's not yours.
English, simple English. Literature. I guess to learn how to, you know, formulate a fucking paragraph.
Facts.
So you can write a college or write a job or a resume. It's like that. Science. It should be a choice. I think so. It should be a choice.
No, it's a certain amount of science is mandatory.
Yeah.
Sure. I think it should be a choice.
Science and math are the two main. Like,
I think math.
because of literature, that's where reading comes in.
Okay.
But science and math, those are the two main building blocks.
I think science should be optional.
Think about it. All civilizations were built with those two.
Sure.
Nobody was reading books and shit.
Sure.
Oh, where's the instructions to build this Pentagon? Where's the instructions for this? It's like, get that nigger who's an astrologist, and he's going to design all of this.
Right.
But I told him, I was like, the three main things you can get from school is responsibility, because it teaches you, like, oh, we need your homework done tomorrow, and we need you, this class starts at this period. So when you punctual, whatever, it teaches you responsibility. It teaches you accountability.
Right. I was just thinking that.
I didn't do my homework, so this is what I'm penalized with.
Right.
And it teaches you, it's another word I used.
Social skills.
That's another
I would
plus,
say,
yeah.
You got to learn how to be around all the time. Like, some kids is going to be irate. Some kids is going to be calm. Some kids, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to maneuver in that field. Unless you one of those dickheads.
Yeah. These are the pros I see with school.
Right. I don't know. How y'all feel about school growing up? I hated school.
I mean, I still hate school, honestly.
I never liked school, but my mentality was this. And my mentality with it was this.
Oh, shit.
The faster I get this shit over with, the better I do, the faster I get this shit over with.
Yeah, and they always say that too.
And I was like getting like accepted, taking exams for like gifted schools, doing good in school, like the highest grades, class president, all kinds of shit. But the teachers didn't know, like, this was all part of my master plan. Like, I hated this shit. But it just, from a young child, and this is why I guess people always say, like, I admire like the way you think and how you stood out. Like, even though I hated that, I already assessed that acting out, being a class clown, being an idiot is not gonna help me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gonna prolong, because I'm meeting niggas and they like, I'm like
It's gonna make you stay
3
longer.
feet tall. You're like 4.5 feet tall. Oh, this is Aaron. He got left back twice. I don't want to be you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna learn this fucking work and I'm gonna graduate. And the faster, like I said, the faster I get it over with, the faster I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a super senior
Right.
taking class with
No joke.
like all the 4th graders I see gonna be my friends next year.
Yeah. That
What?
was always the most embarrassing
Holla at a girl.
possibility to me.
Ew, nigga, you a super senior. Get the fuck out of my face. You can't read. You can't write. You just,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
why would I
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. That shit would have been
Like,
sick.
that's stupid. That's stupid, bro.
Yeah.
And it paid off junior year.
Last
in
2
high
years
school.
was light.
Honestly.
Last
Well,
2 years
junior
was
year,
light. I
I'm
only
saying
had,
it
like,
paid
3
off
classes.
junior year because the guidance counselor of civil rights, she called me into the office. She was like, you could graduate at the end of the year. But I chose to stay my senior year because I'm like, these my guys.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm still going to be 17 when I graduate. While I'm like, I'm coming across people like 21 graduating, 20 graduating. I'm like, I'm staying an extra year, but at least I'm not that old graduating. Like, you
Right.
see what I'm saying? So that was just how I thought. Like,
Yeah.
I never liked school, ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
It feels like a cage, really, to me.
It's like,
Niggas always calling it Jeff jail and shit. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
the only thing I liked about
The
school was
windows in Jeff
women,
was like fucking jail.
women, school trips.
218 too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That's
yep.
about it.
That
Women,
ass.
school
You see the gates on the
women school
outside. You
trips.
bitch-
I'm dead ass.
It's like
bro.
that ass like a prison. That shit's crazy.
Shit look like MDC. Nah, the windows, the way it's
Nah,
grilled.
Yeah, dead ass. Crazy.
You get told when to go to lunch, when to use the bathroom. That's prison.
Yeah.
Right, they did us made that seem like a privilege to fucking go to the bathroom and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
So now when you go to prison, it's an easy transition. As opposed to being fully liberated, and you choose, free will, and
That's
you're
a good
told
point.
it's like a culture shock. Like, what? Like,
that's a good point.
you see what I'm saying? So now it's like, and then it's overcrowded, and it's
Facts.
understaffed. Prisons are understaffed. It's the same
That's a
shit,
fact.
bro.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
They make you feel like you're making a progression, but in reality it's like, yo, we're really sucking your energy. We just want you present because we won't get money out of you. If you're not present, we're gonna call ACS on your parents, and you're gonna be present regardless, because now you're in foster care and you have to come. If you skip school, either way, we're gonna make money off you, because if you skip school, we're gonna pick you up. We're gonna pick you up for eventually you're gonna get into criminal activity.
Yep.
Right.
So it's all part of our big ass Monopoly game.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Facts. Facts. Which one get into first though?
Iran, World War III, bro. Y'all
ready?
signing up?
Gotta be.
Y'all signing up?
You ready?
Yeah, I gotta be. I gotta be, because I
Yeah.
mean,
World
it's
War
like,
III. This guy
what can
Trump.
you honestly, like, what can you do to avoid it?
To avoid what?
Like whatever it will
If
be
it does
coming
go to
after.
World War III, let's say they do be like, alright, we go to World War III. What could, like,
What could we do?
yeah, us personally.
Like, as far as what? If they was to draft us?
Nah, just
Or just in
like,
general?
I guess,
let's say it just kicks
any
off.
aftermath, like, you, regardless if it happens or it don't, like, just because I feel like something's gonna happen. And like I seen something on Twitter where Trump has said that they would stand down, some shit like that.
Who, America would stand down?
Yeah.
Options in the Middle East
Let me
became
put it on pause.
Is
Yeah,
that
he
live?
said that they appear to be standing down following the missile attacks.
I don't know.
Yeah, I heard.
So
Wait,
Well, for those who live under a fucking rock, the U.S. recently sent a drone strike in Iran and killed, what's the guy's name? I forgot.
it wasn't
how
in
to pronounce
Iran. It wasn't in Iran. He was
where was
somewhere
it?
else by himself. He was out of the country,
Oh,
and that's where they got him.
he's on
He was in
vacation.
Iraq. He was in
Oh,
Iraq,
okay.
and they call him, in the words of, the hood, they call him slipping.
You're right.
And the drone, killed
his
him.
name?
His name, his name's Soleimani.
He's basically the equivalent to like Iran's vice president. Apparently, our government saying he was posing threats. He was supposed to, act on some threats to American citizens or American troops. That's why they did what they did. Who really fucking knows if this guy is who they say he is? We know our country's the master propaganda creator.
His name is Qasem Soleimani.
Yeah. And it's got intentions pretty high, man. Yeah. Iran's releasing messages saying they will seek revenge. And what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Really, they just sent missiles to some spot in Iraq and I guess to what? No, it was in Iraq.
Oh yeah. The bases are in Iraq. Yeah.
U.S. troops at some base in Iraq. They sent missiles. And videos of it. I'm like,
U.S. claimed nobody was killed or injured. I'm like, so nobody in the base?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody went to the movies? What? What's going on? Like you got a base in these niggas' country, but nobody is there?
Yeah.
No casualties.
But I've been hearing some really bad things about like.
Not saying that I wish people died.
Yeah, of course not.
But I'm like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And it's really sad that people are. It's crazy. Like I was leaving ATL coming back on Sunday, and I came across an article like yesterday. No, not Sunday. When did I come back? Whenever I came back, right? No, Saturday.
It was the
Saturday.
4th, right?
I came back on Saturday. Yeah. And I came across an article like 2 days ago, and it said thousands of troops and ATL airport being deployed to Iran.
Right.
I like saw them. As I'm in the airport, I'm like, why is there so many fucking troops? Like, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't like.
You didn't hear about anything yet?
I don't think I heard about Qasem getting killed. Okay. No, he did. I did hear about him. I did, but I wasn't putting two and two together.
Sure.
I didn't know they was being deployed because I know they already have troops in the Middle East.
Right.
But I'm like, yo, and these dudes are young, like younger than me and shit. Like, like yo, all these families, bro.
I've been hearing some crazy things about the military as of late. I mean, things that I've already knew, not from like hearsay, people saying their experiences and shit, but like I watched a video from like, I think it was like 2013, some ex-Iraqi war veteran. I think it's the same guy, but he aged, so he kind of looks a little different.
The same guy that was killed?
No. This is an ex-Iraqi U.S. troop.
Okay.
He was veteran, and he was talking against the U.S. government and talking against, like, he was saying like they sent us there to find terrorists, but we were the terrorists. We weren't killing their troops. We were killing civilians and poor people that looked like poor people in America. And he was just exposing a lot of things. Like, he was like, when we was over there and we destroyed their land, like before we came, they were doing fine. We came there, we destroyed their land, and he was like, when we went there, he didn't say we, but he was like,
United States.
U.S. military, we were killing, we were raping, we were just doing like horrible things to these people.
That's what America's
and it was
been doing.
nobody there to overlook them. They was just put in these areas, and it was like, all right, do what you can. And if they killed somebody, they got medals. They got like, that like, oh, if you get your first kill, you get like an hour of free call to your family. Like, just they're getting rewarded for like just killing people.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
and then when
it was sick to just listen to him.
That's like let's say I'm gonna go with America bullshit like scapegoat, right? Let's say Russia deployed troops to Brooklyn, New York, and they set up shop in East New York, and they start killing people and raping our sisters, our mothers, our girlfriends, our wives.
They will be terminated.
And we were to us three was to band together and kill a couple of them. You see what I'm saying? We would be plastered as ISIS in Russia.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in reality, we're defending ourselves and our family.
Right.
And that's all America do.
Yeah.
That's all they do.
Yeah, facts. I saw a side-by-side picture. It was like, it had a bunch of countries, Iraq, and and it was like before America and then after. Horrible.
With like, what do y'all see?
Horrible.
I mean, because I think about it a lot, and like and you mentioned it like off camera and on camera, that history repeats itself. So like whatever happened before is gonna happen again. So I guess my question to the both of y'all is like, where's what's the end game? Like, what's gonna happen in the end in y'all perspective? Just based on what we know, what's been going on.
Well, Thanos gonna snap his finger, but niggas gonna fuck him up and gonna go back. Niggas gonna go back.
I'm an advocate for Thanos.
Thanos is, it's symbolism.
I'm an advocate for Thanos.
All these movies are we have to look at them in terms of
symbolic.
Symbolism.
Right.
Yeah, symbolism.
Thanos, who's Thanos? Thanos is Israel, America, England, Australia, Canada. I guess throw Japan in there, France. It's the Western powers and the allied nations. That's Thanos. And what was Thanos' objective? He was like, too much people. That's the same shit that the UN proposed. That's the same shit that Council of 300. All these people, public on foreign relations, the same all these people say the same shit as Thanos.
It's a good concept, but it can't be executed morally.
It's a good concept based on
we don't have
what
any gems that like he did it random. If I was Thanos, I would have snapped my fingers to make all like the niggas that are not adding to society disappear. But there's no way, there's no possible way of doing that.
But see, that's a fucked up mentality still. That's why I would never agree with that, because how do you configure who is producing in society and who's not? Now we look at what you're how are you benefiting society? For you to look at how somebody's benefiting society,
I can answer that question.
What?
The question you just had?
Okay.
About like, for one, people that are, let's say, rapists.
Okay.
Let's start with them. Boom.
Majority of them it's learned behavior. It's traumatic. Trauma causes that.
Okay.
Same thing with pedophiles. But that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
For you to get to the root of all these things, you have to look at upbringing. You have to look at conditions, situations, neighborhoods, and all this shit. Majority of stuff sprout from impoverished, desolate areas.
Sure, I agree.
You don't agree, because this is the cure for that. So now we give everybody equal, rights and resources, access to resources. You're going to diminish crime, the likelihood of crime, the likelihood of anxiety, the likelihood of stress, and all these other things.
Right.
The more stress-free and in tune with nature and life people are, the less you're going to be thinking about raping somebody. The less you're going to think about mugging somebody's grandmother. The less you're going to think about shooting up a school and all of this. So now, once we get to that point, you also have to look at who are the monopolies that own majority of the resources. If it's equally distributed, then nobody is a monopoly. Nobody could influence a government or a law enforcement agency to strictly go after a certain group of people. Now, in addition to all of this, as far as the overpopulation, majority of countries are really not overpopulated. The cities are overpopulated, and science proves that people are attracted to light. Right. So anywhere you see fancy buildings and a lot of flashing lights, a lot of more people are going to be concentrated in that area as opposed to the dark, desolate area. That's facts. So now, if everywhere is developed, but at the same time we're not impeding too much on nature as far as the forest and animals,
there's no way of having both.
It is a way, because nature.
How's every city going to be developed with cities and then not take away from trees and nature?
That's what I'm about to say. Not every country have like the same amount of cities as America. I said if you build up more communities, basically more, you build up something that's already established, but you modernize it.
Got you. Okay.
Of course you're going to take down. That's why I said without impeding on too much of the forest and animal space. There's going to be less overpopulation. Because now I have a choice between New York and this place and that place and that place. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody's offering practically the same thing. But now I just choose based on geographic or out of free will, like wherever I feel like going. You see what I'm saying? And every day somebody dies, somebody is born. So that's why I said, like, nature is going to naturally bring everything into balance. We're looking at it as the numbers are increasing by this much, but we're not considering the deaths.
Right.
We're just looking at number increase. How could you consider that without considering the number decrease? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact. And I mean, and you said it not too long ago, like, there's no way that it could be done, like, morally, because of the sacrifices needed, like, for whatever that, you know, is, I guess, that you're trying to get to, or that you're trying to get done. There's gonna have to be a few losses, and unfortunately,
depending on how, though.
What you mean?
Depending on how. If I disagree with the few losses being like intentional, like we're gonna inject these people and kill them.
Oh no, not
we're gonna shoot these people and kill them. We're gonna poison their water systems and all, like Flint, Michigan and shit. I disagree with that tactic.
For sure.
If it's natural, if people are naturally dying of natural old age or at like 75 at a certain point, then okay, I'm cool with that. They're naturally dying at 75. Majority of people that hit 75. But if you're causing like 0 to 75, like, we going after them, this particular group, this particular demographic, in this particular geographic location, now you're basically, that's classism. You're choosing which class stays alive and which class dies. Right. That I disagree with, because and classism, that's classism is how you basically classify people as being non-producers. If we look at the world and we see who are the non-producers, and that's why I said you gotta change these people's like environments, their financial system, their mental system, their spiritual, all of that. You gotta change that first before you see any change in those people. If you change that and they're still acting animalistic, and there's only one ethnic group on the planet that has shown to be like that, and that's white people. Regardless of how much you change, how rich they get, they still engage in acts of violence. That's what's happening. It's just greed. That's all it is. And it's not survival of the fittest. It's just envy at the end of the day. We wish we were chosen like this particular group, but because we're not, we're going to subjugate this group and make this group feel lesser than us. But in reality, we wish we were like y'all. And it's just becoming blatant more and more. Like melanin, they're injecting themselves with melanin. They're making their lips fatter, making their ass fatter, making like braids and all that. Like, it's just becoming more and more blatant. That's all it is. You see what I'm saying? But I'ma always disagree. Thanos method, I disagree. That's the irrational method. Because the same way, if they say, oh, we're going to face water crisis next 10 years or because of, overpopulation. The black guy in Texas just made a machine that extract moisture out the atmosphere to create purified water. So how could there be water shortage still when we invented this shit?
Right.
Nikola Tesla been talking about free electricity for every human being on the planet back in the early 1900s. But yet you still charging us. So that's what I'm saying. It's greed that is causing the world the way it is. It's greed. They know how we can bypass all of this shit. One thing you can't bypass is land space. That's a fact. But in terms of other resources that is needed on an everyday, we have that. It's just that we want to monetize the shit. And we want to maintain our greedy lifestyles. Look at Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove is like, it's an all-men retreat that a lot of politicians go to in California, but it's like 12,000 acres in
not
space.
Not just politicians, it's just like powerful people.
Powerful people.
Yeah, it's in California.
And it's like 12,000 acres of land.
Yeah.
But you don't need all this space, though. Right. And this is none of y'all private, like, personal house. So in addition to this vacation home, vacation event, like 3-week event extravaganza.
Like some
whatever.
ritualistic type
All
shit
of
they
y'all
do.
still have y'all private homes. And because of y'all lifestyles and y'all, social status, y'all probably have 2-3 homes, a summer home, a winter home. You see what I'm saying? So all of this shit is greed. So now you telling us we don't have enough space. Why? Because now you have to give up a home or two or some land space because your fellow man just had a child. That's greed, bro. And that's why I'm like, yo, this shit make no sense. This shit make no sense. And that's why Atlantis would submerge, go below, and then other islands and land masses will spring up, and then after a while they go below, and because there's always nature always gotta balance out. Always gotta balance out. That's why all of this shit going on is gonna eventually balance out. Regardless of what I say, it's gonna balance out. So
Hopefully soon enough.
I know, hopefully. But a lot
I'm
of
waiting
bad
for the
gotta
tide
happen.
to change.
A lot of bad gotta happen first.
Yeah.
I don't know if niggas would be alive. I know we won't.
I mean,
Hopefully, I don't know if our kids will. That's always a question of mine.
Yeah.
Just like I wonder when the tide will change and how it would be.
Yeah.
and that's the scariest thing, knowing that we can't control it. Like,
right.
It's just gonna happen.
A lot of things that happen in this world, it kind of makes you feel helpless, in a sense.
Such as what?
Such as like, think about what you said earlier. You asked a question like, let's say the World War does happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times we see like with the Australia shit, the big fires going on around there. Like, the most I could do, what? Donate some money, send positive energy, make a couple posts if I make a post. But like, what can I really do to make a real difference?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It kind of, what I'm gonna do, hop on a plane, spend all my money, go on the plane and go over there and save fucking koalas. You know what I'm saying? It's like, people do that.
Yeah.
I guess if we all come together as like 500,000 of us as a side, I didn't make a difference. But a lot of things that happen in the world, it kind of makes you feel helpless because like you're one person.
Right.
But see,
I know you're gonna say if we all think that way, nothing will get done.
no, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say, well, I am gonna say, stuff like this, events like this, catastrophes like this is what shows us. Well, catastrophes like this shows us how meaningless a lot of these agencies and institutions are.
Oh,
Like the United Nations,
luxuries.
FEMA, Red Cross. Australia probably got their own national, emergency, agency.
Right.
Your buddies, England, Canada, all these people got national emergency. Nobody's helping their friend. We all got peace pacts and all this like treaties and shit signed together. Nobody's coming to aid us. Like I got 12 million acres of land on fire, and none of y'all could reach. And as far as you personally going on the plane to save, this is also shows how greed. It all goes back to greed. Look, last year when the Notre Dame Cathedral was on fire in France, that billionaire pledged the same day how much $1 million he was going to sign. Animals and land are being burned up, and no billionaire pledges yet.
I mean, I don't
That's
know.
a-
I mean,
Well, that we know of.
yeah,
that we
I don't
know of.
Yeah,
But,
it hasn't really got
but
much media coverage, which is
Granted-
saying something in the same.
granted, you're right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like nobody's thinking like that.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, let's put this out. People gonna see. Let's create this. You know what I'm saying? This agency, fund the agency.
It's
and
mostly white people there too.
because
Just
it's
kinda-
resources. That's the main thing. Anything, as long as there's a crisis like this, resource. More people, yeah, it could potentially help. But if we got a lot of people and no resource, no money, no products, no,
Yeah, it wouldn't really help. Yeah.
what are you really doing here?
Yeah.
Corky, man, what are you doing here, mate? You see what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
And it goes back to what you
You
saying
just-
about just feeling, helpless. It's just, what can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do, man?
500 million animals.
It's close to a
reaching-
billion now.
Close to a billion.
Close
which
to
is-
a billion. Yeah.
And we always have episodes where we talk about like animal species being extinct and shit, extinct, and like
Now it's actually happening.
I'll just imagine like, damn, we were already on the decline of animals.
Right.
Now we just added another chunk of that shit.
You know what also came to mind though?
List.
What
It's
also
crazy.
came to mind is karma, right?
I don't.
Australia was indigenous to the Tasmanian people. England started using Australia as the whole continent, the whole island, as a prison.
Right.
Dumping prisoners, all the mean, like crazy, sadistic prisoners in England.
It's like Rikers Island
Just
for
dump,
England.
big ass Rikers Island, yeah, with no fucking prison guards.
Right.
So imagine the raping, pillaging, and
Amount of people.
crime that occurred to the Tasmanians by these criminals. Right.
Right.
Now, England was like, you know what? Let's colonize that. Like, I mean, build some prisons. Create a fucking monetary system off of the prison system, and let's just colonize this extra land.
Right.
What they did, they went in and exterminated all the Tasmanians. So who's to say that, once again, nature always balances out? This is karma. All those energies that
Who's to
were
say?
exterminated,
Exactly.
exactly,
Cleansing it, like
because
just
you
get rid of
constantly
shit.
paint Hitler.
But it just sucks that the animals are gonna take the fall for it.
Right.
It sucks, but sometimes majority of times there's going to be collateral damage. Majority of times. But then again,
And
what's
then-
the good
and
thing?
then-
More animals are going to come back.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is the amount of human deaths compared to
The animal death.
animal deaths is just laughable.
Yeah, of course. Because,
Niggas hopping on
proportion.
planes getting out of there, I'm sure. Or they catching boats and getting out of there. So like, you know what I'm saying? The generations of people who ancestors did do those horrible crimes, like, are they really paying? I mean, I guess everything they own is fucking gonna be gone, but at least they got their life. That's the most precious
They
thing.
said it's the amount of landmass that was burned is
It's like Manhattan. they
Vermont. No, it's Vermont
Oh.
and New Hampshire. Those two states. The whole like collective. Yeah, yeah. That's the amount of landmass that burned. But proportionate to Australia, it's not a lot. But still,
And that's crazy.
12 million acres.
'Cause
That's
Manhattan
still a
is big
lot
to
of
me.
fucking like land. bro.
Manhattan seems big to me.
It is.
Like, but it's super small on the map.
Yeah, it is.
Mad
Yeah.
small. Everybody loves going there.
So it's really crazy.
Yeah,
man.
it's a very crazy stuff, man.
It's it's also very peculiar that all these forest fires are occurring.
Right.
Yeah.
Last year was the
Amazon,
was
Cali.
Yeah.
So it's
and
like
then now it's like
I still don't put anything past America in their systems because
Yeah,
there's
sure.
this it's called it shoots a beam and sets anything on fire.
Right.
It could even melt metal.
yeah.
Last year in California, cars was like turned to the size of these mugs, and they was like,
Oh,
"Oh, it's the
melting.
forest fires."
Yeah, forest
So,
fires
but
can't
but
do that.
but right next door is the forest, and it's still intact. So how the fuck is a forest fire if my house and my car burnt down?
Yeah.
A forest fire, but my house and my car burnt down, and the forest is good.
Good. Right.
Yeah. It's some funny shit going on. Yeah.
So I don't put nothing past none of this. It's
That's a
just
fact.
I'm just mainly talking about the people who lost like family members, like their lives, animals. I'm just speaking in terms of that. Like, it's very unfortunate.
yeah.
It's very, very unfortunate.
Since we on animals, I'll just jump into chimpanzees and shit.
Okay, go ahead.
I actually learned this from the Joe Rogan podcast. Shout out Joe Rogan. I love his podcast and shit. He always touches on random shit. He be having the most random things I've
informative
never
shit.
seen before, but they do a lot of shit and they are very knowledgeable and
yeah.
they rich and
They're like experts in their
who-
fields.
Yeah, like who are these people? But it's good to have them on
Yeah,
there.
Joe. So there are 12,000 species of mosquitoes, and the amphiphilial type, they're the ones that only bites
That
blood.
ass, though.
And
I'm like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
bro?
Real shit. So this is an article that I found. Well, he mentioned it, but the article that I found was from 2015. So reportedly, chimpanzees have entered. Well, chimpanzees from what they saying? West Africa, Brazil, and Thailand have entered in their Stone Age, meaning they're using they found like stones and rocks in the shape of like tools that they say they've been using to like maybe.
So they didn't see them using it.
I mean, I don't know if they have videos.
That's just a
of them.
postulation.
Yeah, sure. But I don't put it. The thing is, it's a theory though, obviously. But I don't put it past chimpanzees.
Right.
Because chimpanzees is what 96% identical to us, or similar to us, and it also kind of ties into the evolution theory, which I've always been intrigued with.
Yeah.
You always shut it down.
It's bullshit.
Adam and Eve. This is Adam and Eve right here.
I never said that. I don't believe in Adam and Eve.
It makes you think though, because let's say that it is true. They're in the Stone Age of their era, which is like the first age of, like, I guess
The caveman era.
the mind developing into being humans and shit.
But the caveman era is only compatible with white people's existence. Black people was never cavemen.
Sure, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that though.
No, but when we hear of Stone Age, and people are like the Neanderthals were.
I mean, the
figuring out
images
the
we
stone.
see are cavemen. I don't know if they're. I don't know
It's
if
like
we.
Flintstones and shit.
I don't know if black people ever had a.
Black people?
Yeah, if they've ever had a Stone Age era. I don't.
Oh, you're
I'm
speaking in
sure.
terms of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about. I don't know if I would say the cavemans are directly synonymous with the Stone Age. Like everyone that was in the Stone Age was a caveman. I don't know that.
I feel what you're saying.
Got you.
But I'm sure that black people or whoever else went through a Stone Age. But anyway, the fact that they could be going through a Stone Age, that's very interesting.
It is.
Because in a million years, who knows?
They'd be walking and talking with podcasts.
Who knows?
They'd be like, yo, this my bro, Caesar. Caesar just freed us from San Francisco and shit. Go home.
yeah, I was just watching that shit.
Which one? Like
the War, was it War Planet of the Apes?
What's that like?
I think it's the
last
third
one?
one.
Last one.
The third one,
I
yeah.
don't think I saw that one.
The third one, and it's crazy how it grew and shit. But chimpanzees, they're very smart. A
lot of animals are really smart. It's just that we
they got
confine them
thumbs,
in
though.
our mind
Right.
because of our free will.
Right. Exactly.
Because we have free will, we think, oh, this nigga is dumb.
Yeah.
But they looking at us like, this nigga, I'll
Right,
fuck
see?
his ass up right now. Like, we have dogs and
animals
shit.
are small, but chimps are a little different though. They have
No.
fucking thumbs.
No, a lot
They
of
can
animals.
do shit that we
No.
can
Accessible
do.
to
Pretty
shit.
much.
But I understand that. But I'm just saying, without that, they're still pretty smart. Like
Yeah.
like elephants, dolphins. A lot of them are really
Dogs.
parrots. Like they're really smart. It's just that chimps happen to have similar limbs as us,
Yeah.
so they could like expose.
But they say like their DNA is like 96% identical to us. Some shit like that. Some
they
shit like
say.
that.
I heard that too.
But that's
96,
that's like
97.
that's very strikingly close though.
Yeah.
Like there gotta be some type of shit in that. Like
about
people
to
don't
say.
believe that they. I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure there's been DNA crossings.
Who
If
knows?
we so compatible, I'm
Right.
pretty sure.
I mean, hence all the
'Cause
movies
science,
and
these
shit.
I
niggas-
wonder if our semen could get one of them pregnant,
Yeah, that's
or
what I
vice
mean.
versa.
I doubt it.
You doubt it?
I doubt it.
Could you imagine?
baby monkeys and shit.
Mojo Jojo. He's giving birth to Mojo Jojo.
What's your thoughts on the evolution theory? You believe in that shit?
I mean, it's hard not to, but then again, it's hard. I mean, because when you look at it and you just put everything together, it's like it lines up together. Like you mentioned in the movie, it's like
Right.
I could definitely see that happening just because the way shit just be falling together.
Yeah, they
and
evolved
then-
quick though.
In
that movie?
That's what I'm
Planet
saying.
Apes.
It might be less than a million years, like just because, like it's with everything that we have, all the resources and shit. It's just hard to not see it happening.
Yeah.
True.
It's like, and like you mentioned, they're very smart. So who's to say they not formulating their own plan? Like I know how foolish that can sound.
He's like, ooh,
but I'm telling you, who's to say some shit like that can't happen?
fuck these niggas up.
I don't know, man.
You know what, yo? If we didn't have guns, yo, animals would really be fucking us up right now. I think so.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
You think they were consciously
it's
be
put
like, let's
so
fuck
much-
these niggas up? They ain't got no guns.
You said what?
Nah, I doubt it.
What?
I doubt
at
it.
least the
I get what you're saying, but
Could you imagine us going to war with chimps?
why would we go to war with them though? Them niggas eat bananas and shit. I eat macaroni. I eat macaroni pie. Like I like going to a club. They go in the jungle and swing. Why are we going to war? I'll be like, this. What are we going to war for? You want nothing I got, and I want nothing you got.
Right,
So
honestly.
I don't want your bitch pussy. I don't want none of that shit. I don't want your fucking banana. I got Stop and Shop. Like I'm good on that. Like what we going to war for, bro?
No, I'm just saying,
you
like,
right, you
not
right,
like
you
not
right.
not current day, but
Nah, I understand what you're
imagine
saying.
going to war, they would fucking destroy us.
First of all, off rip, these niggas is 8 to 10 times stronger.
Right.
Physical strength.
Yeah.
Off rip.
Right.
So Arnold
Like, them
Schwarzenegger,
niggas
imagine
are-
the Arnold of
Yeah.
them. Gorillas, forget about it. Forget about it. Not even the silverback. Just a
you right,
regular
yeah.
Forget
gorilla.
about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it.
Yeah,
I'm a POW now.
yeah,
For these niggas.
yeah. Facts. Hearing them
Singing
talk about it
Locked
on
Up
Joe
in
Rogan
Camp and
podcast,
shit.
it was just very interesting.
Nah, the theory of evolution is
Yeah.
very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like animals, don't get me wrong, animals do indeed undergo evolution.
Because they evolve,
And we are part of animal species.
We're mammals.
But
Right.
So who's to say?
we're animals / mammals.
Okay, look, my thing is this. There are like that whales used to be on land and
Right.
shit, right?
Nah, I don't know that.
Oh, you don't believe it?
No, they have like hip bones and
I
shit.
don't know that.
You don't believe it?
They say they have hip bones. And
There's
look,
everything on land is a water version.
Look.
I don't believe
And-
anything is strictly a certain type. And then
I mean, a whale now couldn't survive on land.
no, but I'm
But I'm saying
saying
it was originally
everything on land,
they say.
it's a water version. Not exactly
I see
in
what you're
terms of how it looks, but like
mean,
for example, the
so what's
elephant
the-
is the strongest
What's the male
mammal.
version? What's the
on
land version of a
land.
whole?
The elephant.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
They don't
It doesn't have
the
to look-
same
Bro,
phenotype.
how
the
many
same-
times do I have to say it doesn't have to look the same? I'm saying
Nah,
in
that's-
terms of
Just a type.
the
like,
strongest,
structure
largest
and shit.
mammal,
Yeah.
there's a land version and an animal and a water version.
Okay, we're getting off of what I said.
You're not getting what we're
Getting-
saying
We're
though.
getting off what I said because that's an easy assessment. Like,
So what would be your
because
man type?
okay, so what's the water version of a monkey?
Nigga, I don't fucking
Right,
know all them
you have
niggas.
to- you
Do
have
I
to-
know all them niggas?
No, it's just no. I don't think we can make that comparison. What I'm saying is that
All right, that's your choice.
they say
You know, there's water raccoons.
and I read this. Okay, I'm sure there is.
Oh, okay. Raccoon fish, tiger fish, like
Okay.
they don't have to look
No,
like
those
the
are
land
names
version.
that humans, that scientists. Created.
That's like
That doesn't
saying-
mean that
that's like
that was
saying-
a version of. You know what I'm saying, yo,
Nigga.
you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Like
the fuck?
there's dogfishes, there bullfishes.
There's Gyarados and there's Dragonite.
Facts.
There's Starmie and Staryu, and there's
Patrick.
Metapod and all right. Yeah, they don't look the same.
What I'm saying
Charmander.
is that I even read somewhere in the past that whales were once on land. But what I'm saying is that if these animals can evolve to certain forms and like dogs can evolve to this and certain fish can evolve to that, who's to say that we're so special that us being mammals and other species, we're still an organism. Who to say we didn't evolve from something? And we ain't talking about like
What's
a
to say?
dumber version of us. That's just like an easy way out. I'm talking about like another type of animal that we just got so sophisticated, and then our brains just grew.
I think
type shit.
I think we were hermaphrodites.
What is hermaphrodites again?
You born with both genitalia.
That's what
I
you
actually
said,
came across, because when they say Adam and Eve, because it's written in parables, and God took Adam rib.
yeah.
No, he just separated the two genitalia, because there's actually hermaphrodites that could reproduce themselves. It happened. I came across a couple incidents.
Bro,
I'm
nutting
like,
in
what?
yourself and getting yourself pregnant
I'm like,
is
what?
fucking
You
insane.
was really horny that night, huh? you must have really.
That's-
Wow. First of all, why you kept both of the shits?
Right.
I thought you chopped one off when you fucking like whichever one is functional. That's what I used to think. I used to think only one would be functional. So whatever one, if you got the egg,
But
or
like,
the
how do you
semen,
get it Okay, well, I guess you do like the insemination, then you put the tube. How
I don't know if the dick curve and then they do that.
I
don't know what they did, but there's a couple of hermaphrodites that reproduce
this
themselves.
shit took a left
So I
turn.
think that's what it was. Because if you look
Wow,
at
that's
nature is
a hell
all
of a
about,
theory.
and God is balanced between the two. If you look at nature, everything in nature is masculine and feminine energies. It's a balance. The yin and the yang. It's always a balance.
So the first humans, you think, had both?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow, that's a hell of a theory.
yeah. But that's my theory.
Wow.
And then like
Of course, church people. Oh my God, this was the demon.
That's an
Oh Lord.
abomination.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sit your ass down, Miss Sally. Damn, shut the fuck up. Relax.
Wow, that's a hell of a theory.
Yeah. But because I came across that, like those couple instances, that stronger like backed my theory, because I honestly thought growing up I always heard that hermaphrodites both genitalia are not functional. Right. So I'm like, after finding that out, I'm like, and then it's multiple people. I'm like, why don't they update these fucking books? Because it's clearly wrong. It's debunked.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
But who's
shit.
to say if we,
Who's to say we didn't evolve from fucking chimps? Or
They say the first
or let's
human
just say
beings
not chimps.
were like 4 feet
primate.
tall.
You said what?
Pygmies in Africa. They said they were the first human beings on the planet.
What were they called?
Pygmies.
and-
Pygmies.
How tall were they?
They were really short. They're like 4 feet, 4, 5.
But then there's
that's
other
like the Yao
theories that
Ming
say
of them.
the women.
The Yao Ming is like 4, 5. So you like
But then there's other theories
Megatron to them nigga. They like, oh Dominique, Lord Dominique.
Then there's theories of like ancient humans were like 30 feet.
Yeah, I subscribe to
which-
that one. But then again, clans, tribes, environments, it has a lot to do with
But
the
thing is,
animal.
like that's
Because a snake,
fucking big.
If you keep a snake in a fucking 12x3 case, it's only gonna grow a certain.
yeah, but that's a case.
No, or
though.
fish.
Like,
Fish,
there's
I
no
think they said. It's gonna grow. But if it's in the ocean, it's gonna grow.
30, 40 feet.
I subscribe to that. Because they have the footprints in the soil to this day.
Okay.
Yeah. They have those footprints. They're like, this ain't no damn alien, and this ain't Godzilla, and this ain't Bigfoot, because this is a bigger foot. It's like Bigfoot granddad and shit.
I'd have to look into that.
Yeah. Yeah. And even the stone like face like on Easter Island, there's like a lining of big stone sculpted faces. They're very big, heavy. The fuck? Who had tractors back then? Beep beep.
That's how. That's the theory about the pyramids in Egypt.
Same thing with that. Yeah.
Like how they build that shit.
How? I
I
don't know.
subscribe to the idea
I
that
don't know.
aliens has something to do with it.
Alien technology. Hey, you never know.
It's because it's hieroglyphics of like
Yeah,
of,
saucers.
saucers, and these figures
Yeah.
with the people. So
Hanging out with
it's
them.
like if I don't subscribe to niggas being 40 feet tall, how are they building these shits? Each stone weighs like 100 fucking tons, even more type
and
shit.
Japan tried
There's
to
no way.
re-simulate it, like redo it, and they were like, "Oh, we need cranes," so they imported cranes.
That's their voice.
And then the stone started sinking into the sand.
Yeah.
No, the crane broke. The first time the crane broke.
Yeah, it's too heavy.
And then it's like, oh, we need heavier crane. And then they got a heavier crane. And when they placed the stone, it started sinking in. They was like, we don't know what to do. The Egyptian, very smart people. Very, very smart people.
Yeah.
So
It's very-
they never figured it out.
There's so many things about this planet that just makes me just like, what the fuck was going on around here? Like shit that we don't know about.
If it's one thing y'all was to find out about the planet, it's only one aspect though. What would it be? Mine, I would like to discover the ocean. Like be underwater, go to the deepest, whatever.
You want to go on the
Yeah,
water?
like
I'm cool.
In a submarine, and
I'm fucking
and God
cool.
just like drive me, Uber me around. Yeah,
I'm
bro,
cool.
What you want to listen to?
Cause there's fish and creatures down there that look like your worst fucking nightmare. Like they look crazy.
I don't have a worst nightmare.
All right, and plus down there, look, down
No,
there,
it
it's
was-
pitch
it was-
black. It ain't
Yeah,
blue. It
Yeah,
ain't no
but it's-
sunlight. It's
Oh my
pitch
God! Oh my
fucking
God. Did
black.
you hear the question?
So the light.
It's a hypothetical fucking
Oh,
question. Damn. I clearly said if it's one thing you can
it
find
has to be
out, and
practical though.
it is practical.
But you in a submachine,
Submachine. I'm in a submachine gun. They gonna shoot me. I got the
You're in
Abdalla
a
2K20.
you're in a submachine gun. Meaning it's gonna be lights on.
You
it, right?
said it again. Submachine gun. I'm in a submarine.
You're in a submarine,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
It's gonna
but
be
I'm
lights.
just. It's just like a
'Cause I'm practical.
experience.
Lights are going to
Now,
be
people
going
do
but
that,
so
though.
far. But then, let's say you do have a machine that goes that far, because at some point the machine going to break.
Yeah, the pressure. Yeah. You being
So the
that
lights
fucking
is going to be
technical.
too, like it's going to
Fucking
go a certain
Albert
distance,
Einstein.
right? But it's only going to reach certain distance. So whatever's in front of you,
I
it's
clearly
going to
said hypothetically,
It's
I
crazy.
can experience the whole damn sea bottom.
All right.
Everything.
Okay,
All the
okay, what's
creatures,
yours?
all the megs, all of that.
That's crazy.
The big chin chows that
I don't
light
give a-
up
I don't
and
give
all
a
of that.
fuck about none of them niggas.
Nah, that would be very, very interesting.
Nah, it
That
would be,
That would be
but
lit, nigga. Yeah, that'd be lit.
I guess for me, probably
All the history. You can figure out anything.
anything.
Know all the plants, all the animals.
My
That'd
shit gonna be
that'd
my shit easy.
What's yours?
Do God exist?
That's the stupidest shit.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You
No, does
gather
God
up the 7
no.
Dragon Balls to ask Shenron if the God exists.
Yeah.
Shenron gonna be like, yo, you dead ass
Because
right now?
It's not like I'm wishing for something. If I had a wish, it would be for world peace. But just to know something, knowledge, like that's
Yeah.
one of my biggest questions. Like, do this nigga exist? Is he a person?
Alright, so
is he a
you
spirit?
say that
Does
and
he
God be like,
actually make
yes.
things happen? Was he the reason all this is here?
Well, we don't know if
Does
it's a
he
he or a
manifest
she.
things for people? Like, I want to know all that shit.
God is a hermaphrodite. No,
Oh, that's
God
like
is
the
just
title
a
of the
name.
episode.
Listen,
It's like the
God-
title of the episode, right?
put it.
It's on.
God is just a name that we place on the
I know
on
that.
the Most
It's
High.
I know what it is. I don't know what it is, but
and then insecure men stigmatize this entity to be a masculine entity. How could you be masculine with no feminine? What kind of gay shit is that? It's a coagulation of both. That's why everything it's protons and
Hermaphrodite.
electrons. It's always a negative. Short people, tall people, fat people, skinny people. Like water, air.
hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite.
But then by finding out if God is real, would be
Yeah, what is that? John Rock gonna be like, yeah, he exists. That's it. Then you're gonna be like, all right.
No, it's
all right,
no.
thanks.
The question was to seek
Dang.
to have information. So it can't be like, yeah, he does exist.
Oh,
It's
so
like, okay,
how did it come about?
What is he like? Cause okay. So my thing is this, like, and I don't want to go into a God conversation, but it's interesting stuff. When I think about God, right, and it's no disrespect to anybody that believes in God, because I don't really care, believe in him or not. Great, as long as you're a good person. My thing is this. I'm trying to think as practical as I possibly can when it comes to just existence and like just the thought of just something, just one being in control of all living things in the universe or this planet. It's just like it's just something that I would create if I was making like a cartoon or some shit. Like, this is gonna put things here, and it's just like, why that one thing? Why isn't it a collective? Why, like why is, you know what I'm saying? Is it a being you see when you die? Like, where did that concept come from? Like, what's this heaven shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just seems very like far fetched. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't, like, this one being is gonna create all this perfectly.
Without
to where
anything
we
creating
all-
itself.
Huh?
It created itself first.
That's my thing. Like,
Yeah, nah, I get what you're saying. It's too complex.
Who manifests that? You know what I'm saying? It's just, so that's the number one question I would ask, and I don't know what I would do with that. I don't know what I would do with that. I'll just decide what my life would be.
Sell burgers.
I'll be Jehovah's Witness. I'll be Jehovah's Witness after that.
But
What's your answer? You got your answer yet?
I mean, I guess it would probably be to see. I mean, I was stuck between like actually seeing like the works behind the government and shit, like actually viewing and actually seeing
all the
it,
governments,
being a part
like
of it,
all the plans and shit.
yeah, like
Yeah,
everything
all
that's
the secret
occurring, like just actually seeing it, and I probably couldn't. I mean, for
you'd be assassinated.
that's
like
what I'm
the
about to
next
say. I was just about to
2
say,
minutes.
like, who?
Your first Facebook post.
I mean, but you just learning about it. Would they know? You just learning.
No, you wouldn't know. But I'm saying if you
he acts on it,
divulge, I'm
right,
saying
yeah.
if you divulge,
But even
Or
for the
some
people who
Snowden
are
shit.
knowledgeable about it, I still feel like there are still some sort of restraints on them. Like they still keep a close eye on them. I don't know, just like
Eric Snowden, right? Is his name Eric Snowden?
yeah,
The one that was a hacker and he escaped to Russia. And,
he used to work for the NSA. Yeah,
yeah.
Edward Snowden.
Oh, Edward Snowden. I said
Yeah.
Eric Snowden. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, I feel like me knowing shit about the government, I feel like it's a lot of things I could learn about right now. I probably won't know everything, but like, what would you do with that information?
That's a trick question.
They'll kill
Because
you.
I was just about to say, yeah, just
they're
like
gonna
what he
kill
said,
you.
that's a fact.
Like, they're gonna kill
You
you.
know, apply for a job.
Like, the most you could do is make a podcast like this where we expose certain shit that's already public. But like, once you start really exposing niggas' lives and like their names and their business, like,
Yo, America's
they
gonna
gonna off you.
bomb Baghdad at 7:03 p.m. tonight. General's gonna be like, how the fuck this? How he know this?
I was just about to ask too. Like, do you think there would be a way? I guess you can develop some sort of method where you can
Divulge the information,
yeah.
but anonymously.
right. No.
Unless you create your own World Wide Web. That's the only other way. And you have it like.
Or
in
what if you
all
just leave notes and
continents?
shit? What if you just walk around areas and just drop notes?
Oh no, yeah, they'll catch you. They'll catch you.
Only the niggas in East New York gonna be informed.
I mean, like, you go like take a trip to, like, I don't know, the White House, and you get in the tour, and like you
I know
and
what
like you
y'all
use the
did. I know
bathroom,
what you did
and
last
like you just you use the bathroom, and then like you just drop a note in there,
I know what you did last summer.
or like you just, I don't know. It's interesting shit. We just went everywhere just now.
Yeah.
Good conversation,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, for sure. Definitely needed.
So speaking of America and white men and craziness and dumbass fucking ideas, there's an astrophysicist by the name of Matthew Kaplan, and he actually came up with the great idea of moving the sun.
Great.
I was waiting for this.
Let's do it.
I was waiting for this.
Ask me why.
Wow.
This brilliant guy want to move the sun because of potential asteroid and supernova storms that could potentially hit Earth. First of all, I've been hearing about asteroids and all this shit since I was a little boy. Never have an asteroid hit Earth.
Nah,
That
it has.
caused a
But
lot.
like not a lot down, but there has been little shits.
But they say.
Little shits.
Cause
It's impossible not to
they
think
say
that we
they
haven't got hit
say
with
this
anything.
though. Yeah, but they say this though. I never saw the proof. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not
Look,
I'm not
Yeah,
being an
yeah,
asshole.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
come on, we in 2020
I mean, nothing-
smartphones. I never saw nobody. People record
Nothing
alien
catastrophic,
spaceships and all that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody never saw an asteroid falling, ever.
I'm pretty sure there's one video.
Even if the government had the video, what's the worst that could happen by releasing that video?
True.
But you know what's crazy? Now,
You see what I'm saying?
Nah, look, no.
What's the worst?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna kill
no.
100 people because the government put out a video about asteroids.
No, it can cause panic. You know why? Because once again, somebody on Joe Rogan's podcast, shout out Joe Rogan podcast.
Mm-hmm.
My whole life, I had this idea in my head that, like, oh yeah, if an asteroid was to hit, like, about to hit America, we got
HARP
these
machine.
lasers that can
Yeah.
just destroy it. We don't have a defense for that shit.
That's so he say
that-
though.
Yeah, I mean,
But think about it though.
So he say.
Would it
Asteroid,
look,
I ain't
I
gonna front.
wouldn't put it
Asteroid
past it. I
material
wouldn't put it
is
past
pretty
it.
hard.
The thing is, wouldn't it be to their benefit to make us believe that they do?
But some
But in
people
reality,
believe that
they
they
don't.
do though. Some people actually
That's
believe
what
that
I'm
kind of
saying.
shit exists. Though.
If we don't like, I forgot who it was, but he's in that field. He's in NASA and he's into that whole shit. So he's one person, but like, I'm going against the grain believing because the belief was that like, oh yeah, our government gonna take care of us. The world, like the United Nations, gonna be like, all right, this is an imminent threat to the planet, so we're gonna destroy it and make it little pieces and then to lower the damage, right? Like he was like, we don't really have any defenses for this shit. Like if some shit was coming directly at us, like we just gotta take that L.
Right.
And if some shit was to hit Earth and then they released the video like, oh yo, this is it, niggas be like, yo, y'all don't have no fucking defenses, nigga.
They do. They
have
do.
no
That's what
fucking.
I'm
You think
saying.
so?
I know so. I know
I
so.
think they do.
In 2007, Louis Farrakhan made a video saying that America had enough nuclear weapons to destroy the planet, the whole planet, 38 times. If you could destroy the planet, you could destroy a fucking asteroid.
Nah, but the thing is, that's a different machinery. You dropping a nuke somewhere versus a laser that's going out of space. It's
can devise
different,
a machine that shoot the
you
nuke
can, but
or
do
something
they
like
have
a nuke.
that? That's the
think
thing.
Yes.
I really do.
I don't know.
I think the
Yes.
Department of
These
Defense.
niggas
gonna
got
lie, I
shit
don't-
that could manipulate the weather and cause earthquakes and tsunamis and tornadoes, and you tell me you can't
telling you.
shoot an asteroid, a rock falling
I
on
don't
the
think.
sky?
I don't think the leaders of this
Bro.
planet is that responsible.
Some of these niggas are too smart.
I feel why you would say that.
I don't
feel why you
think
say that.
they thinking that. I
feel
don't
why you
think
say
they
that.
that responsible.
I think they
I
are.
feel why you say that.
Cause I mean, dropping a nuke somewhere and that shit destroying shit is it seems like an easier process than having a laser that can have the precision to hit some shit that's.
Bro, precision with a big ass rock.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They got it.
I don't think
These
so.
niggas went out of state. I mean, out of space. Set up space stations and all this shit. You can satellite direct TV. You could shoot a damn asteroid before it even hit
I
our
think you give them a lot of
atmosphere.
credit.
Man, you
I don't know.
definitely could
I don't
detect
know.
it coming.
I
sure,
fucking
for sure.
hope so.
I'm not giving them a lot of credit.
I
A lot
hope
of
so.
a lot of shit that America have.
No, fuck America.
A lot
I'm
of
talking
shit
about
that
the world.
the world have. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of shit that the world have. But America is one of the top countries of the world. So if Russia, China got it, America got it. Or right behind.
Sure.
But
Even behind
no,
the
I'm
debt,
not gonna put
yeah.
America like I'm not. I mean, yeah, the government is fucked up, but as a collective, as a powerhouse, I'm not taking any credit from America. They have the knowledge, the apparatus, the equipment to do a lot of shit that we can't conceive.
Hopefully.
Or
We just finding out what America had in the 70s. Harp was invented in the fucking 70s. If we was in the 70s talking, hey, jive turkey, yeah, jive turkey, the government got these cloud seeding weapons that could cause rain and or cause a drought or cause the Middle
Earthquakes.
East to become 30 degrees under, below zero and cause niggas to freeze. You'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Job turkey. Like, you see what I'm saying? You can't fathom it. So now when we finding out about these shits right now,
No, I can fathom them having a laser. I just don't believe they have one.
why? Why don't you believe that?
right, yeah, I
Why
was
it's so
about to ask you,
hard?
you don't believe it.
These niggas shooting missiles out of space every fucking day. You got a laser?
They shoot missiles out of space. They shoot
When I
missiles
say
across
missiles, I mean
country.
when I say missiles,
internationally.
I don't mean warheads. I mean missiles like astronauts and different shit like
you mean like what's it called?
NASA.
Rocket ships.
Rockets, yeah.
Rocket ships.
When I say missiles, I mean like rockets.
because I'm looking at like
Yeah.
on a technical sense, like blasting a rocket is much different from like a defense plan that's gonna hit a meteor that's going probably fucking 1,000,000 miles per hour. Like I just don't know. And I just don't know. I'm gonna do more research, but I just
believe
don't
they
put
got
it.
that
These niggas are irresponsible, son.
I believe
How
they
many times have we said like we talking about some shit like NASA?
What's the worst irresponsibility America has shown or the world has shown?
I mean,
In terms
It's
of
too
protecting
many-
the
it's-
whole world, not something happening in
protecting.
one.
I mean, you can
the
say that, yeah.
Fucking
Just protecting the
environment,
world,
like
yeah, exactly.
the waste they put in the ocean, the the carelessness. Like, there's so many things.
Yeah,
we
but
could
it's
do
not
to,
imminent danger right now. It's not causing imminent danger. I'm
It's
speaking in
just
terms
building
of
up, yeah.
imminent danger.
Okay.
I mean, we
Like,
haven't had an instance where.
All right.
So I can't give an answer. You're trying to say, you asked me an impossible question.
All right, but at the same time, you can't be. You
Look,
can't take a definitive
Look,
stance.
if it's no urgency for niggas,
Yeah,
look,
true.
opposing it
Mhm.
because they never proved themselves. So how could I be
My thing
off
is
rip?
this.
I'm negative. Y'all niggas can't defend
look,
us.
my
Off
thing is
rip,
this.
I'm just a negative Nancy. You see
No,
what I'm saying?
no.
Like,
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
My thing
prove
is
yourself
this.
first, white man.
Look, my thing is this. There's so many things that they haven't showed urgency for, like
Very true.
the environment, the atmosphere, forest fires. Like we can lower the use of plastic in this country. Like even the plastic bags,
On the
we can lower
around the
that
world,
shit.
we could lower it.
But they're not.
We could do
being
away with it
urgent.
altogether.
They're like non-profits doing
That's-
shit.
But this goes back to what I was
Greed.
saying.
I know.
Greed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Greed has nothing to do with the asteroid,
I mean,
though.
it would destroy the whole planet.
Because
But-
they're gonna be like, all right, this destroyed the whole fucking planet. Who's gonna be greedy?
Yeah.
No, but that's why I think I could be wrong, but I think that's why you say they're not responsible enough because they wouldn't be thinking about for everyone else. They probably would be thinking for self. Like if
We would assume
probably
so,
got
but
a
at the
way
same
out
time,
type
as
shit.
smart as y'all are, I'd assume this is my assumption now that you'd have a plan to maintain your greed.
Or
right,
matter of fact,
right.
look,
That's what I'm saying.
matter of
Right.
fact, maybe they
These
do
niggas not
have
that
some
dumb.
type of
Right.
plan, but I don't know if they. Because I also heard and I read somewhere else that like NASA don't really have the most funding to do shit. They don't have like the most funding. So like, let's say they do have some little.
Who's putting out these
laser?
publications?
Look, I'm just. This is what I'm reading.
NASA now-
It's months ago that I
NASA,
read.
But Trump want a space force and shit, Guardians of the Galaxy. But we not funding y'all niggas like that. Am I fucking bugging or not? Like,
Who knows?
you see what I'm saying? Like, can't believe everything these niggas say, bro. These niggas be
look,
lying.
I'm just.
These
look,
niggas lied
I'm
and
just-
said
look,
Flint,
I'm
Michigan
just
water
reading-
could be
look,
drunk.
I'm just reading and I'm just paying attention to shit.
They say, yeah, that's good fucking water. That's good water. Drink that shit. That's good water. You drink it. Nah, I'm good.
right, exactly.
It's good water though. What? Nah, bro.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but and then another thing too, it's like all these other planets. Why aren't asteroids hitting these planets and it exploding or whatever? It happened to come to Earth. All this shit is for fear. It's for fear, bro.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I don't know. I don't even know how often these asteroids
claim-
are fucking flying around.
They
the
claim
universe.
they claim there's no inhabitants on other planets.
Right.
We have inhabitants, but yet we on the same level of defense force for our planet. You get what I mean by that? All right, so let's say Saturn. Saturn, there's no beings on Saturn, right? An asteroid could easily hit it because nobody's there to build a machine to destroy it.
Right.
All these money and shit we got, years and shit we in existence, we on the same level as Saturn. We ain't got
As far
shit
as
that could
defenses.
destroy the asteroid. So, in terms of planetary maintenance,
I'm gonna find that.
we
episode
haven't
where he said
progressed.
it. Yeah. I'm gonna find that. episode
Nobody
where he
is
said it.
there, but
Yeah.
we on the
'Cause
same level.
If I'm not mistaken, the guy that said it, I think he's in like NASA organizations.
I wouldn't
and he
doubt it.
knows like.
No, I'm not
But-
saying, but I'm saying at the same time, I'm not discrediting the person or the platform or publication that you got this from. But what I'm saying is these people still lie.
Right. Like,
Just because the president fucking lied. If the president could lie, why can't somebody at work at NASA lie?
true.
Oh, no, we have more dignity than the president. What?
Yeah.
You're subject to me.
Why would he lie about that though? We don't have the defense.
Listen, how long have the government, meaning NASA,
Well, that's not something to lie about though.
NASA, FBI, CIA,
for
and
some-
the
it
president,
might
how
be a
long
few
have they
reasons.
been lying about alien spacecrafts and shit?
It might be a
How
few
long have
reasons.
they been lying about that?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Just to fly under the radar.
Yo, it's some people that believe that there's no aliens and like we're in a fucking like the Earth's flat, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no, look. First, it's flat.
We're in
There's
a
no
sphere.
aliens, and we're in this big ass sphere, and everything we
Yeah.
see is just like an image that
Illusion
being put
to an
yeah,
illusion. Yeah.
type shit.
Truman Show. Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
Life is a
It'd be
mystery.
crazy if we die and them niggas is right. It'll be also crazy if we die
life
and we
is
wake up
crazy.
and somebody plug that shit out from the back of
yo,
our neck like Neo.
We just never
All
know.
that would be crazy.
Bro,
Never know.
that goes in tune with the simulation theory that I was, simulation theory that I was, a couple months ago that I was just super intrigued about. This about like, I rewatched The Matrix since you mentioned it. When I was younger, I just thought it was just cool niggas fighting martial arts and he's dodging bullets and
Slow mo and shit.
and like this guy, the agents, and it was cool. But like when I rewatched it like last year, and I realized that his whole life was just a simulation, and he was really, all the humans were being held hostage from these robots to absorb like some type
Their
of
life
energy that
yeah.
their life energy that they give off, and like they grow up in that pod. I was like, that shit is crazy. Like imagine if, because like a lot of elements when you think about life, a lot of elements that happen in life seem like some shit that could be like computerized. I don't know, like manifesting things, fucking coincidences, things that you can't explain.
Deja vu.
Like deja vu. It seems like it's something that could be like programmed to just like fuck with people.
The computer was built as a prototype of our brain. That's what they say. So,
right. Very interesting, man. Very interesting. But where was we going with this conversation?
I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot.
I think I was practically done with mine.
Yeah.
So,
You got any more topics?
yeah, I got one more, I believe. What time do we got right now? I'll just clip it. Hit it with the fact of the week.
It's 137.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
good.
it?
Yeah. If you got anything else.
Nah, I don't.
All right. So, fact of the week. It's this book I got, and I'm gonna read a little, about a paragraph and a half. It has to do with churches and the tax exemption that they get from the government.
Sure.
So, the now infamous 501c3 section of the Internal Revenue Code, IRC goes back to 1936. But then Senator Lyndon Johnson was the Dr. Frankenstein who, in 1954, unleashed this monster, the IRS, upon America. His motivation was that he did not like the way pastors and churches were opposing his liberal agenda, and he wanted to use the power of law to silence them. He, therefore, introduced verbiage to the IRC that churches were prohibited from influencing political legislation and supporting political campaigns or risk losing their tax-exempt status. So by applying that, now you got to be wary of what you say, because you could lose this status. But what's funny is there's Republican, like open pro-Republican pastors, like I don't know if y'all familiar with him, but it's this fat guy. His name is John Hagee.
Nah, I've heard of him.
Yeah. Him and his dad were preachers. Well, he's still preaching, but this dude is an open Republican, and like he is those, like he has like a mega church, like the Bishop T.D. Jakes, the white guy Joel Osteen, in Texas and shit. This dude is a big preacher, right? But he's mainly big to the conservative / some liberal white Americans.
Sure.
Pro-Republican, all of that. And this dude, one of his ceremonies, like he's talking about God. It's Sunday and you're supposed to be talking about God, and he's telling the congregation that like I'm for Trump and he should bomb Syria. And he's saying this like we need to go over there and bomb this place. We need to bomb that place. We need to help these people. Like, bro, how do you need? Did these niggas write you a letter asking for you to pray for us to be bombed so that you can help us?
Right.
So it's quite funny that that's a stipulation in the law, but you got churches like this and pastors like this who's doing exact opposite. But once again, it's narrative. He's pushing a narrative that we want to be pushed. So the more people he tell to be pro-war, the more money we make, because war is profit.
Right.
We want the more people to be on that type of time, like in terms of thinking. We love war. That's the whole thing. Like, propaganda is just to persuade your citizens that we should be fighting the war.
Right.
That's all it is. We don't want y'all to revolt. And the more people that's on that type of time, the more y'all gonna talk to y'all children and sign their asses up to fight our war.
Right.
But yeah. Fact of the week.
Man, the churches are always. I don't trust anything in the church.
Honestly.
I'm dead ass. It was just a kid. I'm just like, I don't like this vibe.
Right, I was about to say.
I dress up to be around y'all and then hear you raving around, and who knows what you're doing behind closed doors.
About to say that too.
Sleeping with the choir and shit.
Right. They be holy for one day of the week.
Oh, they be holy, all right. It should be crazy.
I'm telling you.
Before we get out of here, let the folks know where they can
Get your
find your documentary,
mixtapes,
your
and any
mixtape.
projects coming out.
Yeah.
Well, right now, I'm just putting a lot of my music on like SoundCloud. More so for like legal purposes, because I don't own any of the beats that I'm working on. So as I progress, I'm gonna get some ownership of the music, so I can put it on Apple Music, so I can expand whatever I got going on. On YouTube, I got you just go to youtube.com and then type in my first name, Kenny, Kenny, last name Macklemore, Mclemore, and then everything will come up, all the projects I did. So I'm just gonna continuously use that platform until I can establish my own. So
and how about your Dream Houses merch?
I still have some people that I'm working with in regards to that, because I want to set up a site so people can access it and get whatever that they would want.
Consumer.
Exactly. So I'm still working on that. I mean, I have a plan coming where I have a bunch of people such as you and people who I feel like are in a position to build what their own thing what they got going on, and just bring it all together. And I want to put that together soon. So in that event, I would be having everyone in the Dream Houses merchandise, and we just gonna go from there. So I'm gonna start it off like that, and then keep it going. So
Bet. All this info will be
to
in the description. The
episode.
YouTube page, SoundCloud link, and whatever else, social medias. And my brother,
it's always a pleasure, man.
Always a pleasure. We'll have you back.
I'm telling you, man,
for sure.
The insight is real, man. Like what I tell you, when y'all watch this, you're gonna see that most of the time I've been quiet, but it's because the information that y'all two, and it's another thing that I wanted to show people, that it's okay to learn from your brothers. Like age doesn't matter. It's okay to learn from anyone. And sitting here is just like, damn, like y'all took me to class in a 2-hour span. The only shit I learned from y'all two, man. It's like, I'm deeply grateful for that. So I'm grateful for this platform. I'm telling you, man, I'm grateful for this platform. I'm grateful to have y'all in my life, man. Seriously, let's just
for sure.
Let's just keep it going. All 2020 for sure.
Manifest 2020.
Yes, sir.
Bro.
Yes, sir. We gonna do it, man.
First episode of the
second episode
of the year.
Yeah, remember we did the
here.
recap, the decade.
Me
and P.
I thought y'all did it the week. Oh, we did the last episode.
Yeah,
I thought y'all did it before the first. Okay, yeah.
Second episode of the
first
year.
guest of the year.
Yeah, first guest of the year.
First guest of the year.
That's definitely an honor.
Wait, is it the first guest? Because me
first
and P,
guest.
I gotta take that.
No,
He's a special. Okay, all right. First guest with me and you.
Right.
P sat in for me.
Yeah,
P's technically the
he
first
was
special.
Yeah, right.
He's a special guest host.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
guest host.
He was a co-host.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the first real guest.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's love. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
fact.
Appreciate that.
So
Anytime, bro.
see y'all niggas next time, man. Thank you for listening.
That's
shout
a
out
fact.
Brothers podcast.
Let's
man.
get it.
Sure.
Bang.